The Outerplane balance patch notes have just dropped, and we get to see all the details of the Rin and Alice buffs. So first up we have the Rin buffs. Her skill 1 now increases the caster's priority by 30% instead of 20% if the target was fire. I'd say this is a pretty minor buff, just gives her more turns during fire boss PvE fights, which is alright I guess. Skill 2 increases damage with additional increase against fire, ratio increased, burst 3. Since this is her burst 3, it's going to be very irrelevant in PvP. And in PvE even, because burst 3 needs a 5-star Rin, and barely anybody has 5-star Rin. And it just increases the damage slightly, ratio increased, so yeah, this is pretty irrelevant. So skill 1 is a way bigger buff than this. Pretty disappointing so far. And skill 3 buff. Each time the skill is used, increases the attack by 7%. This is actually a really big buff, because before it was only when an enemy is defeated. So assuming that if you get the attack buff before the damage of the skill actually lands, this will be a huge buff for PvP. Especially on defense, because the Rin AI will always use skill 3, and getting a 7% extra damage bonus on a skill 3 can win you some matches, because I found that before some Rins would just barely leave my Gnaw on like 1% HP. So with this buff, those Rins will now start one-shotting my Gnaws if they outspeed me. So yeah, this S3 buff is actually a lot bigger than this looks, because this is each time the skill is used. Before it was enemies defeated, so this basically never triggered. But now, if this triggers before the damage lands, it will be a huge buff for PvP. Overall, for Rin, I think that her PvE got buffed a little bit for sure in skill 1 and skill 2, but her PvP got buffed by like a pretty good amount. The skill 3 buff is pretty huge for PvP, honestly. So now moving on to the Alice buffs, and I think we're starting off with skill 2 straight away here. Yep, this is a strip skill 2. After attacking, inflicts reduced effectiveness for 1 turn on all enemies, and increases the priority of the cast by 25% for each target that was damaged by this attack. This is a really big buff for PvP, and I'll explain later after I go through the rest, but this is really huge already. This is the skill burst for skill 2. Skill burst. Burst 3, so it's kind of irrelevant, honestly. Resets Alice in Wonderland cooldown. Ratio increased. Not sure what this means. It either means that... Okay, I just think it means the damage is increased, because it already says resets the cooldown completely, so the only thing it could mean is increasing the attack damage ratio, so yeah. But it's already irrelevant because it's burst 3 and nobody has a 5-star Alice right now, so. Exclusive equipment. At the start of the battle, has a 100% chance to increase speed for 1 turn. I predicted this in the previous video, what this buff was going to be, and I got it right, so pretty proud of myself with that one. So, and yeah, as I said in that previous video already as well, but I'll just say it again. This will make Alice the fastest turn 1 unit in the game. So she'll basically go first 100% of the time now, if she has like equal gear to the enemy. Yeah, so because of this massive consistency buff to her EE, she'll now have the skill 2 into Tio Valentine, right? The current meta is Tio Valentine. Skill 2 will proc the Tio and give her an extra turn straight away if they have 4 enemies. So she'll go to 100%. The Tio may push them to 100%, but Alice gets to 100% first because she procs this first. So she'll be at 100%, then Tio E procs and pushes the enemies to 100%, we're going to assume, with equal gear. And then since she's 100% first, she gets to use skill 3 straight away. Doesn't say skill 3 here, but skill 3 basically applies unbuffable to the whole enemy team, which makes Valentine useless. Valentine skill 2 is one of the only reasons why she's played in Arena. So her skill 2 is useless, she'll go straight into skill 3, proc your own Tio EE, and yeah, we'll have to see what things go from there afterwards. But after reading this, I'm gonna make a prediction and say that Alice, if you have her EE, will now changes the meta basically. That's my prediction. It's not 100%. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I'm like 80% confident that she'll be like an S tier PvP unit now, because she completely counters the Tio plus Valentine meta right now in Arena. Yeah. And other than the buffs to Rin and Alice, there's a few other nice changes. Tower getting nerfed, Sigma Tower 100 getting nerfed, nice. And here are the really big changes, which are really nice. So Bounty Hunter, Bandit Chase, and Upgrade Stone Dungeons, we can enter 3 times a day now instead of 2. And the number of tickets purchasable will increase from 2 to 3. Doesn't really affect most players because they weren't buying them anyway, they're too expensive. The experience gained by clearing Adventure Hard Mode increased, that's pretty nice, but nobody's really clearing Hard Mode now anyway, unless you're like still early game. The experience gained by clearing Special Request Raid Dungeons will be increased. I'm assuming this is the gear dungeons, so yeah, that'll be really nice actually, because you can level up your units alongside. Well, while they're not level 100 yet, you can level them up faster now, that's nice. The daily entrance count for Adventure Hard Mode will increase from 3 to 5. I mean, this is pretty nice if you're like farming the certain gift, the blue gifts, to level up your trust level faster. That'll be really nice, you get 5 instead of 3 now. The schedule for the research support centers will be released will be adjusted. So before you had to clear hard area 3, but now you only have to clear 1/6. So I'm guessing this research support center means the survey hub here, right? That's what I'm assuming. So yeah. The price of the basic skill manual sold in the resource shop will be decreased. Very nice. It will be, I think it's 100,000 gold for every green book right now. So that was a bit expensive in my opinion. So it's nice that they're reducing the cost here. Intermediate, so they're adding blue skill manuals to the resource shop as well now. So yeah, more skill books. People asked, they listened. More skill books, very nice. Purchase limit for basic, so green and blue skill books sold in the arena tab will be increased. That's really nice as well, because we needed more stuff to buy in the arena shop because we were getting way too many tokens even after clearing the whole shop. So this is really nice. So I'm gonna assume they're just gonna make it 4 skill book green books instead of 3 and 3 blue skill books instead of 2, but that's still 1 extra a week, which is really nice actually. Yeah. Basic and intermediate skill manuals will be added as items that can be exchanged in the research support center, and the maximum purchase for clear ticket will be increased. So again, I'm assuming that this research support center is this survey hub over here. So that means since they're adding skill books in here, that means it might actually be worth clearing hard mode now to farm for gifts, because right now I'm already farming these gifts for my Veronica every day, just this stage. But it actually might be really worth farming like at least one of these stages now every day, because they're adding skill books into it. So if you really need skill ups, then yeah, it's not a bad idea to farm gifts now in hard mode. So really nice changes. The Archdemon's Ruins Infinite Corridor clear rewards will be increased. I don't know what they're really going to increase. So they already dropped like reforged mats and skill books and stuff, so maybe more mats, maybe more skill books. We can only hope, but they're already giving us a lot of extra skill books from above already, so yeah. Wait, the skill manuals will be changed from green to blue, and the number of rewards given will be, okay, they explained it here. So they'll just increase, so just make it from, instead of giving us green, they'll give us blue ones. Nice. The number of medals acquired by winning a memorial match. So memorial match is the AI match, I believe. So this one, yep. The fight against the bots. So that'll be really nice. I mean, I'm not farming the AIs right now, but I really need to start farming them because they give you like 20 ether every day, I mean, which is 140 ether a week, which is pretty nice extra income, even though it's not that much, but it's something. Improvements will be made to no longer reduce the number of side story challenges in story chapter. Instead, the reduction will be limited to the battle stages only. Okay, I mean, doesn't really change much, but you'll just get a little bit extra shards overall when you're clearing character's story for the first time to get to the stage where you farm. The condition to reach 3 stars for each chapter in the event story will be alleviated. So people were complaining about how you needed to pull the new character for the event to get 4 stars to get all the rewards, but now they're saying, oh, you don't need it anymore. Okay, we agree that's a bad idea, and you won't need to pull Eternal anymore to get every single star for all the rewards. Very nice. And the last thing we have over here is a new Veronica skin, and it doesn't seem like it's attached to a battle pass, So if it was attached to the battle pass, I would consider it, but I really don't like buying skins just for skins, so because I find they're a bit overpriced. So yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this, but any Veronica enjoyers can buy the skin and then flex the skin, I guess. Very nice. And some bug fixes, which I'm probably not gonna go through. Yeah. So yeah, overall, pretty nice set of patch notes. Rin got buffed, got a pretty good buff for PvP, and she got buffed for PvE as well, which is very nice overall buff for Rin. But I think Alice got a way better buff, because she actually counters the current meta right now. Again, I'm not 100% confident in that, but I'm gonna say that she's gonna be an S tier unit with 80% confidence from now, if you have her exclusive equipment. Counters Tio plus Valentine really well, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the end of my opinion on the balance patch, and catch you in the next video. Peace.